If someone wants to start an online business, he doesn't want to spend, $100 per month just to build his pages, like it should be more affordable, because if that person makes like minimum wage, it's like 5 to 10% of his monthly income, and it's a lot of money. But what's funny, what happened is that we almost tripled in a year because of the COVID crisis.
Welcome to another episode of the Dan Lok Show, where I bring you inspiring entrepreneurs from all over the world and also world-class experts. Now, every single time I do one of the shows, I also want to bring on fascinating entrepreneurs who've got a good story, who very often started off with nothing but with an idea, and how to turn that idea into a business, into an enterprise. And today I have an entrepreneur with me. Aurelien is the founder of System.io. It is a one-on-one marketing platform used by now thousands and thousands of people. Just before the show, we were talking about now, on my bio, it says 5,000, but now it's already 6,000 users. So he's growing very, very rapidly. So Aurelien, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Dan, for having me on the show.
And I want to dive into your story. I want to first ask you about the question, because I know you were back in the days working 9 to 5, right? What inspired you to start this particular business, and how did you even come up with the idea?
No, it's a great question. But the thing is, actually, I've been making a living online for 10 years now. I started in 2010. And the short story is I met some bloggers, some French bloggers in Paris who were making money out of their blog. And they gave me a few tips. And I was like, I want to do this, so I can be free, so I can travel. So I wasn't employed. I actually declined a job offer for a very good job. And I started working full-time on my blog, and I left my apartment in Paris. I started traveling in Eastern Europe, and I started making money out of my blog. It wasn't much, the first month was 82 euros. and
barely scraping by.
Yeah, my friend who was an engineer, when I told him that, he had the exact same reaction, and he's a great guy. Yes. And 10 years later, I have a great business, and he's still working in an office, because I was like, if I went from 0 to 82 euros in a month,
yes.
Okay. maybe, I'm going to make a bit more and stuff. And 6 months later, I had my first month when I made 1,000 euros with ads, affiliate links, guest post, sponsored posts, stuff like that. And then I was like, okay, I need to go to the next step. So I launched a course. I hired a marketing consultant, because I didn't know how to do that. And he was amazing. And so I paid him a big amount of money. That was 24,000 euros. That was half of my savings.
Wow.
And we launched, he helped me create an online course. So we surveyed my list and found out that people wanted to do the same. So I built a blog about how to make money blogging. We did a launch, we did 10,000 euros. And 1 year later, we did a big launch with affiliates, and we made 550,000 euros of sales in 2 weeks. We did PLF style launch.
Yes. And that's when he got real for you, right? That's when you feel like, okay, there's something here. This internet marketing thing maybe has some legs.
No, honestly, when we did the first launch, so we did 2 webinars, and the first one was a Sunday at night, and I made 2,000 euros. I just wanted to get out on the street and scream out loud, that, it works, and it feels amazing. And then the next day I took my camera, I went to the park to start shooting the videos, because we just had, the promise, the table of content of the course, but we didn't have the actual content. So
you sold it before you created?
No, totally. And I think it's great advice, if you want to launch a course. We told people up front, it's going to be available 3 days from now. So that was an incredible ride, but the reality is I was one of the top marketers in the French market. Got it. But I'd say that was maybe in the lower range, So I joined Jeff Walker's mastermind group. So you You must know Jeff,
yes,
right?
Of course.
And after 3 years, I was like, no, I don't like the product launch business model. I was making less and less each year out of my launches, and I was the only one in the room. So I was like, this is not for me, you know. And I left. I went on my own, started like launching new courses and stuff. And I started getting the idea of launching a software, and I struggled a bit, but we finally launched in 2018.
And when you first launched the software, what gap do you see in the marketplace, maybe in the French market, from your perspective? What's missing in the marketplace? What is the need that's not being fulfilled? Because in the marketplace, there are different types of marketing softwares and landing page builders. And where's the blue ocean for you?
No, it's a great question. So actually, so there was at that time when we launched, there was like ClickFunnels that was like super popular in the French market. And it was like a copycat of ClickFunnels that's called LearnyBox that launched in 2015. And both were like very popular. And both were at like $97 per month and 97 euros per month. And so I wanted to, in my mind, I was like, okay, if someone wants to start an online business, he doesn't want to spend, $100 per month just to build his pages, like it should be more affordable, because if that person makes like minimum wage, it's like 5 to 10% of his monthly income, and it's a lot of money. So I was like, okay, let's make a tool that's going to be more affordable. And regarding the features, the thing is, it's funny because when I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, we need the pages, but of course we need the email marketing. I was using Aweber for years, but we need like the membership side. I was like, oh, it would be so much easier if we had like all the features under just one roof. And it's funny because the theory says you should pick the best landing page builder, the best email marketing tool, the best membership site tool, but the truth is when you're starting out, like you have very little resources at hand. You have very little time, very little money. So it's super expensive to have all these tools, and it makes things so much more complicated because you need to set them all, integrate them, connect them. I mean, it's more like a hurdle than anything else. And we did it. We built a tool that's easy to use. And that's what we use to power our entire business. So everything, the software that we sell, we use System.io, the courses, we sell even coaching programs. And we do. I mean, last month was our best month ever, and we did $400,000 US.
Wonderful. So with the E.io, right? I want my audience to make sure they know System E with the E.io. In the beginning, because you were transitioning from being a digital marketer and kind of a course creator to SaaS, right? Which is what I've experienced in the last few years. For me personally, it was a very difficult journey. I don't know about you, right? Because I have blew money with engineers and developers, right? Until now, I have a pretty good team. But in the beginning, what was it like for you? Because it's a very different thing, right? With a course, like you said, you can do a launch. You sell the course and then you go film it, fine. With software, it's not like that. Software, there's a lot of upfront cost, right? And going in probably without a whole lot of experience. What was it like for you?
No, it's a great question. And I'm going to tell you, you're totally right. Like software is so difficult. So actually, I took the decision to build the software in 2015. And I sent an email to my list. And I had one customer, French guy, who was living in Morocco. He had like a software development company, and he told me, "Oh, I can do this for 7,000 euros." Okay. I was like, 7,000 euros, okay, just take them,
Yes.
So he was like, "Okay, it's gonna take 3 months." And after 3 months, they had like very little to show. And he was like, "Yeah, but you asked for these other features and stuff." And I was like, yeah, indeed, so it's like, okay, so now you need to pay like monthly. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it makes sense, because you have like developers to pay. But I mean, it was horrible. It was so bad that we actually flew with my wife to Morocco to meet them. And I remember we were in the meeting room And I told him, by the way, guys, you know that I read that there is this Scrum thing that's pretty much the standard, to do software development. Like, do you know about Scrum?
Yeah. Scrum
Exactly.
and your sprint, everything, all the software terminology, all the software processes. Yeah,
exactly. But I saw these guys; they were like Scrum. Okay, write it down so we can look it up. I was like, oh, this is not good. So these guys, they were so good to tell me that everything would be all right, and actually so bad at delivering. I mean, I couldn't reach them. I mean, it was horrible. So I fired them in October of 2016, and then I was desperate. Actually, I had a developer from Bangladesh I was working with who did like a Stripe integration.
Yes.
And he was like, oh, don't worry, I'm going to take over. It's going to take 2 months. I'm going to hire like cheap freelancers on Upwork, and, it's going to work. And he did it. We turned it on and it stopped working. I mean, there wasn't much working, but the very little that was working, it stopped working. So I was like, okay, can you fix it? It was like, yeah, I'm going to fix it. The next day I was like, can you fix it? It was like, yeah, I'm going to fix it. The next day I was like, can you fix it? It's still not working. I was like, yeah, I'm going to fix it. I was like, I know you're going to fix it, but it's not working. So we need to find a solution. So I started looking for freelancers myself. And I found that guy who was reliable, and we started working together. And I could see the difference with the other guys, because actually the other guys were afraid of him. They were like, oh, but you could feel, because everybody was coming up with excuses, and the guy, he was like, it's 2 hours, and 2 hours later it was done. So I was like, okay, that's the guy I need,
So that's kind of your first software developer that works, right? From before, multiple relationships didn't work. And then eventually, if you don't mind me asking, over the years, I'm sure you're still putting a lot of money into it, because I want my audience to know the way I see software, it is a great tool, because unlike just an info product, right? Now you're building an asset, or you're building recurring revenue. More importantly, I like the barrier of entry, right? Because anyone can knock off a course, anyone can knock off a blog, right? It's pretty difficult to knock off a software, because precisely what we're talking about, how hard it is to build, how long it is, and that process that eliminates a lot of people.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right. You have like better valuations for SaaS companies that you have for like online courses companies. For online courses, you're going to look at 1x revenue.
1x, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And for, SaaS, it could be, I don't know, 3, 5.
Yeah,
10.
It depends on the revenue. It could even be 10. Right? Depends on, so for sure. And what are some of the lessons that you've learned in terms of building a SaaS that you could share with our audience? Like some of the lessons you've learned, valuable things that if you would have to do it over again, like you would have done it differently.
No, it's so many different things. Like today we have over 30 people on the team. We all remote, and I love it. I bought an office space here in Lisbon where I live, but I'm all by myself, and it's great, It's so many things. It's hard to say. Like you need to find the right developers to make it happen, because if you don't have developers, that's the first stage. Okay. But then you need to come up with a great offer. Right. So I'm a marketer. So I try to make like great offers. So the first plan starts at $27 per month, or 27 euros if you're in Europe.
Yes.
So we're trying to make great offers, like you can try it out for free without entering your credit card details, because we want to eliminate friction. We want people to be able to try it out, for free. So you need like good developers, great offers, and then you need like a marketing channel that you can like master, right? And you don't need, you know that you don't need 1,000 marketing channels. You need to master one to get some traction.
Yes, one.
And once you get good results with one, you can consider like going after another. So I launched my affiliate program back in 2017, actually.
Okay.
So at the beginning, it was only my online courses. And and then we added like the software. So we pay 40% affiliate commissions to our affiliates on the sales of the software, on the sales of the online courses, and we pay 10% on the sales of the coaching programs, because we do sell also some coaching programs.
Got it. So basically the affiliate could promote the software, they get 40% recurring, right? And if there are the upsells, they can still make some money off that as well.
Yeah, exactly. We use System.io. We have a feature to handle your affiliate program. So that's what we use. We use our own feature. Yes. And because we have the pages and the email list inside the same tool, we can we have a very strong tracking. Like every time we actually send an email to our list, we automatically add the affiliate ID of the affiliate that refer this lead to each link. So it makes the affiliate tracking very strong.
Very nice. And then for what percentage of your revenue would you say are coming from affiliates like today?
It's around 70%.
Wow. That's a lot.
Maybe it's not good, maybe it's a weakness, but now we're working on the organic traffic.
Yes.
Like to have like more content on our blog. Like I'm not good at paid advertising. I blew too much money already.
So relationship affiliates, that's been the main driver for the company. I'm curious. So the different steps you share, I want to kind of dive into a little bit. So the first step, having the right developers. How do we know? First of all, how do we know we have the right developers, and where's the best way to find them from your experience?
No, it's a great question. It's funny. Like before I fired the guys from Morocco, I remember I was in my shower and I was thinking, okay, look, 2 weeks ago, I sent an email to the boss, like the French guy, my customer, about a very important topic about like security, and he hasn't replied. So what email should I send him next? So he answered this email, and I was like, oh, that's it. When you're thinking too much about problems, it means that it's not the right person. And I think it's very important to simplify. And in life, I'd say you have two types of persons. You have people who find problems and people who find solutions.
Yes.
So, no developer would tell you that he's bad, but I think that many developers are really not very good at the job. Okay. So you have to be very careful, but you just look at what they do, how confident they are, how they're able to deliver regarding, what they thought. So, my developer is from Russia.
Yes.
And, we started working together, and I was like, oh, this guy is really good. And I was like, do you know like someone like you? And it was like, yeah, I work with this Russian guy. We were working remote for an American company, I think he's free. So I was like, oh, let's get him on board. And this guy is amazing. And then, we got another guy on board, and we're going to hire 2 more developers soon. But that's it.
Do you have a senior developer kind of manages the whole, or you have a CTO, or like how does that work for you?
Yeah, it's a great question. So actually my first developer is the CTO.
Okay, got it.
So
But then he manages all the other developers then.
Yeah. I talk to them sometimes if there is an issue. One is more specialized in like our editor, for example. But it's amazing because we never do meeting, we never do calls. It's pretty amazing.
Yes. How do you guys communicate through Slack? Through
Slack, I'm a big fan. This is amazing,
Yeah, same here. I'll probably spend 80% of my time, 90% of the time on Slack if it's not meetings. So awesome. So
it's an amazing tool, Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So from developers now finding them and then making the irresistible offer. But I noticed kind of what you've done is very smart because, like you said, the marketplace out there. You are helping people who are getting started. You know who your audience is, right? Maybe they don't have a lot of resources. They don't have a big budget. Like you said, they could buy different tools and kind of integrate them together, but that's just too overwhelming. You want to get them started very quickly at a very low cost. Now, you mentioned about the free trial. right? No credit card needed to become a pay member. What process do you use of messaging to convert the people who are just testing the software without entering the credit card to actually becoming paying? First of all, what is the percentage, if you don't mind me asking, for
no,
free trial?
It's a great question, because this is really like our sales funnel, So
yes,
we have 10% of the people who who sign up for the free trial, end up converting as paid customers. So after they sign up, they're automatically added to our email list. And I wrote an email sequence where at the beginning, so first email, I'm going to tell the story, why I build the software, then I'm going to try to add value, like send them some testimonials, talk about some features, and then I'm going to start like bringing more heat, I'm going to start adding more pressure. I'm gonna be like, okay, if you subscribe before the end of the free trial, you get this free course, So we get cool. Like 10% conversion rate. Cool. Yeah.
And how long is the free trial? 14 days?
14 days.
14 days. Okay. So 14 days. So are you doing a daily email kind of like push, or like one email every couple of days?
It depends. It's it depends. It's either one per day or one every other day,
Okay, got it. So as you get closer before the 14 days, you're already kind of creating urgency. Hey, do it now, activate your account, enter your credit card. I'm going to unlock some free bonuses, some free courses for you, right?
Yeah, I'm an email marketing guy,
Yeah,
I send a lot of emails.
And what's interesting is I also notice where, because of your background, or even because of my background, I think from my observation, you have the SaaS, let's say the SaaS world, right? Yeah. Let's call that the marketing, the courses creator world, right? The influencer world versus the SaaS world. So the SaaS world, you'll notice most SaaS entrepreneurs, they're selling the software, feature. They're usually not very good marketers, right? Yeah. On the other hand, you have guys who are very good marketers selling courses. But I think by combining the two, there's actually tremendous power in that, because the courses have very high perceived value, and you can bundle, you can bonus, you can help with retention of the software. You can become a back-end sell to get more profits. You can invest in acquisition on the front end. Like, I think this has a lot of power when you combine both worlds together. That's what I see, at least.
No, it's, you're 100% spot on. You look at ClickFunnels. Mm-hmm. They went from 0 to over 100 million in revenue in 6 years. Yes. This is absolutely phenomenal, because there are 3 co-founders and one is an absolute beast. Russell, this guy is one of the best marketers in the world. So yes. Definitely.
Yes. And Russell and I are very good friends, so totally I understand that. But I think with what you do now, you have over 6,000 customers, right? And could you share with me the first year, how much revenue, second, third, what was the growth like to now?
Oh, yeah. It's a great question, because it's funny. So after 6 months, so we launched in March of 2018.
Okay.
And after 6 months, we reached, so I think it was 50,000 euros per month in revenue, which for me was a big milestone.
That's huge. Yes.
No, it's great. That was my goal at the beginning, And but what's funny, what happened is that we almost tripled in a year because of the COVID crisis.
Yes. More people looking into it. Yes. It's like the perfect opportunity, perfect storm for you, for sure.
Yeah. We didn't plan it, we just got lucky, but it's crazy. I remember 1 year ago, I attended the Web Summit in Lisbon. And I remember I was telling people, we do 72,000 euros per month in revenue. And people were like, whoa, that's, you got something. And we almost tripled that today. It's 210. So it's crazy.
It's amazing. And where do you see the company in, let's say, 3 years? And what are some of the goals that you have?
Yeah, it's a great question. So actually, my goal is to double. So we've been doubling our revenue each year for the last 3 years. And my goal for next year is to double our revenue. So we did, we're going to do 3 million this year.
This year, yeah. So 6 next year.
Yeah, 6 next year, and I would like to get to 10 millions in revenue the following year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And are you thinking of doing any other software, or are you going to focus on this, adding more features? Like, what's your plan?
No, so I love, it's funny, because people ask me sometimes, oh, what's your exit plan? I was like, what exit plan? I love working on it. I'm making money. Why would I sell? It's crazy.
Yes.
I love working on it. I think it's my thing, it's my core, but we might add some software, but then it would be like some very closely related. Like you look at HubSpot, they have the CRM.
Yes.
They have, it would be like this, but today it's not the plan, not yet.
Okay, just kind of keep growing this and making sure. You're also growing very rapidly. So as more users, I'm sure they would give you feedback on, hey, what else do you want to see, right, within the software?
Oh, they give us feedback every day. I'm very close to our community. We have like 15,000 users in the Facebook group. It starts to be really like a mess. Actually, one of them, like Flo Moncam.
Yes.
He's in Canada. You are actually helping his team of closers. We talked about it. So he uses System.io, and
yes.
I think he's doing like close to $100,000 per month in revenue. Not far from that, I think.
Yes. And it's interesting, and I can attest because Aurelien is talking about not selling because that's kind of how we contact, because I have my team reaching out to his company because I'm looking at different SaaS to acquire, and I say, hey, would you be interested in selling? He said, no, I'm not interested in selling, but hey, we can still talk. Like we can just, become friends and just get to know more about what you do. Right. And that's how we connected because I think there's a huge potential for like the marketing and sales space in terms of like different platforms. Right.
Yeah, I got on a call with Joel, and we reached out to you by call, email, and I can't believe that you answered yourself like 30 minutes later. I was like, is this a joke? So that was great. And you put me in touch with Joel, who's a very nice guy. He was very helpful. So yeah. Definitely. That's
awesome. And I'm curious also to see, because you came from the like say Jeff Walker, the product launch, like you understand that world from blogging. I have a certain perspective, but I'm curious to hear your perspective. Now you're in both world, right? From that to now SaaS. Where do you see in terms of that world of the product launch, the courses, the info education space? Where do you see that it's going, right? And where do you see how that connects with maybe the software world? Just your perspective.
Everyone, has different perspectives. Like when I was in Jeff Walker's mastermind group, like what I didn't like is that everyone was saying, oh, you need to sell expensive products, because like to do a big launch with affiliates, you need to, usually have
their margin to give them affiliate commission, right?
Exactly. And, I was thinking, how can you tell this when you've never sold actually like cheap products? So when I went on my own in 2015, I started experimenting and I developed, so I was relying on my email list, Yes. So I had an Excel spreadsheet, and to this day, we still maintain this tool. And each week I was writing down the numbers, what product did I sell? What was the revenue? How many clicks did we have? And I decided to use the value per click. So the revenue per click as a way to try to compare promotions, because how do you compare a promotion? Like when you send like 2 emails with a promotion where you send like, I don't know, like 20 emails over 3 weeks, it's very hard to compare. Yes. So I was like, okay, let's, use the value per click. And I started doing it, and it gave me some very interesting insights about what was more profitable. And I found out that so what was making the most money were 2 things. First, huge discounts. I was doing like 50% off twice per year for my birthday and for Christmas. So this is where I was getting like the best revenue per click. Yeah. And then it was like when I was selling, so I started doing one-on-one business coaching. I was selling business coaching for 6,000 euros for 6 months.
Yes.
And this is where I was getting like really good revenue per click as well. But the issue is that wasn't scalable.
Yeah,
right?
It's your time. It's your time.
Exactly. And I mean, I could take 1 or 2 customers maximum because I couldn't, stand like being,
correct.
Having to. So
correct.
I found the solution how to scale this business in 2018 because I met a guy who had been working as a closer for like a competitor.
Yes.
And we really connected really well. He started working for me and we started selling right away, like coaching programs. And I had someone on my team who started as a customer support guy who was a customer of my course and who was really smart. So we got him to work as a coach. So this is how we scale this business, business coaching. And today we have 2 salesperson, the same guy actually, and another guy. And we have like 2 or 3 coaches depending. And last month, that was our best month ever. We did 80,000 euros in revenue.
Nice.
So what I mean is that, so for me, instead of the launch business model that I didn't like because I was feeling that I didn't have a business. I was just robbing a bank, twice per year. And
you have a promotion. It's always counting on the next launch, and the next launch, and the next launch. And every single time, you and I both know requires tremendous effort to orchestra, affiliate, and launch, and all this stuff.
It's huge. So much stress, so much work, and
it sounds good. It sounds good. Oh, you made X amount of dollars in X amount of time. But after affiliate commission, after refund, it's actually not as much as people think, right? That's the truth.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the first launch where we made 550,000 euros in sales. So there was like the refunds, VAT, affiliates, the marketing guy, the video guy. In the end, I was left with like 120,000 euros, which is great money. I wasn't complaining, but it's not 500,000. So for me, the best business is to actually have courses at a very low price, to have as many people as possible to get in the door, and then you upsell them with coaching programs. That's the approach that we have. That's the one I prefer. But then, everyone can do.
Correct. And also, I think in the beginning, a lot of the time where, because, I teach high ticket closing, that's one of the signature programs that we have. And I think that's my closer
who told me about you the first time. I was like, this guy, Denlock. I was like, let me see. I was like, oh, okay. So that's a high ticket closer guy. And then over time, I saw you on Instagram and YouTube. It's like, wow, this guy, he's such like in a niche and he's like so mainstream. That was amazing for me. I was like, oh, this guy, he's really like something, No,
I appreciate that. And I think people, they take that. And I think also in my perspective, even this year, I think the marketplace has shifted a bit. Like before, let's say 3, 4, 5 years ago, very typical, you would run an ad, drive into a webinar, and then you go to an application page. You could go from that to a high ticket sale quite quickly, right?
Okay.
But I think now, because the marketplace is more saturated, everybody's doing webinar. Everybody's got a webinar, right? So the marketplace, I think nowadays, people are more skeptical. They are more cautious. That they are more likely to say, hey, if you have some, like, don't ask me to spend 5, 10K with you. Like, do you have something small so I can get a taste of kind of what you do?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
like it's like you're asking for marriage day one, right? No, let's just let's just get your phone number. Let's just go on a coffee date, get to know each other a bit. And then from then on, it's like, oh, this is really good. And then they do a little bit more, and then it's like, okay, now, which is interesting because think about it, right? Aurelien, back then we have the funnel of like low ticket, little bit higher, kind of the ascension. But then I think a few years ago, things have shifted. Everybody wants to get the quick money, like, oh, screw all that stuff. It's simple. You don't want to have ascension. Just run ads, because back then Facebook was cheap, right? Run ads, drive them to application, and you can sell them high ticket, and that's it.
Yeah,
right.
But
true. Now the numbers across the board, we talk to anybody, ad cost going up, webinar registration cost is going up, right? Cost per sale is going up. Everybody's the same.
Okay.
Right. It's the same across the board. So I absolutely endorse what you're talking about. the new way of, not new, it's not new, but what is happening now, it's people need to get a taste of what you do, be able to provide solutions at a more affordable rate. So we serve more people. And then from there, people want to send that they could, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. Also, one last question is in terms of now the company doing very well, right? And next year, I know you're going to do better. How has that positively impacted your personal life?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think about it a lot, because I was doing well financially, but it's definitely another level. And so concrete answers, so I bought a nice Tesla, brand new Tesla Model X last year, It was fun, with my wife. We like to drive it. Yes. And we're actually in the process of buying our dream home.
Oh, nice.
We're gonna move in 1 month, and it's really amazing. It's 1.4 million euros.
Yes.
I don't know. Is that a lot?
No, it's good. It's very good. Very good. And you're gonna have an office. You can work directly from home, managing, System.io.
It's got actually. So you have the house that's huge. It's even too big. It looks like a mansion. Not that big, not like a mansion, but it looks like a small mansion. Then you have the swimming pool, and then you have a small, office, didn't do much there, the previous owners, and I'm going to do my office. So it's going to be right next to it.
Nice. I'm going to ask some rapid fire questions. So what's one book that you are reading now that you love?
All right. I'm reading three. I'm reading Free by the guy who wrote The Long Tail,
A long tail. Okay. What is one tool that you cannot live without running a business?
Slack.
No, Slack. What is one place that you would, if you look for talents, that's where you always go for remote?
Oh, my email list.
Oh, you email. So you emailed directly who you're looking for. Interesting. What is one feature within System.io that all the customers love the most?
Oh, it's a great question. Love the most? It's not really a feature. They say it's very easy to use,
Okay, so just ease of use.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time to make sure that, it's easy to understand. We get rid of the, complicated features. So it's.
Yes, awesome. Perfect. For my listeners or my viewers, my fans, if they want to find out more about the tool System.io, right? Is that the best place to go?
Yeah. System.io. We have a Facebook group, it's easy to find us. But thanks a lot, Dan. It was really an honor to meet you. I can't believe that I'm talking to you. It's really funny after following people online for several years. So thank you for the opportunity.
No, thank you for being here. And I love the story. And I know you rock it. I can't wait, bring you back when you hit the $10 million mark, which I know you will.
I'd be happy to come back and share, what happened. I would love that.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for being on the show. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dan.